Hello families and happy Friday. We have 10 more days until school starts. It's moving real fast over here and we're getting a lot done, and we are so thrilled and excited to kick off this school year. We have a lot of great changes and we're very pumped. If you don't follow us on Facebook, please do, because you'll get a first-hand look at what's going on here at Beck. All right, well, 10 more days until the big day, but here's some things I can tell you that are in our Viking vibes. Now, as you get used to the Viking vibes, especially if you're new, after a certain amount of updates, you're going to see a label that says previous updates. So from there down, you don't need to look at the information unless you need to re-reference something. So this week's update has good stuff. It just doesn't have a ton of stuff. The rest was previously updated. Okay, what I am going to include on this video after I'm done talking is more information about our parking lot. And just to preface it, I want us to think about going to Costco if you have a Costco membership. There is no safe way to go to Costco. So you moms, when mine were little, I was holding their hands, or I put all three in the shopping cart to cross into Costco, because there's nowhere to walk in and everybody comes from different angles. And if you're driving through the front, to look for a closer spot, you're just stopped by a million people trying to get in. Well, we don't want to be Costco. And we have a plan, and we've had this plan for a while. And by the end of the year, by the middle of the year, people did such a great job. And I would love to start that way. So, a couple things. Crosswalks, lines. They're white lines that are painted on the ground. That is where, if you are dropping your child, if you are parking and you are going to walk your child across the parking lot, you use the crosswalk. You have to look at it this way. I know Costco, you know your kid's going to be safe because you're holding their hand. So you take that chance. But here we have 440 students getting in the building at the same time. So for the 10 or so minutes of your life that you're here, you have to remember 440 students. And probably remember that some people are trying to hurry up and get to work or hurry up and go home. And let's all just take a breath and just be part of the process, because 440 students need to be safe. And we love our children, but do they always listen to us? So we need to be extra safe in a parking lot, because I guarantee you there's going to be one stinker that tries to pull their little hand out of their mom's hand, and you don't want to be accidentally in front of that child in your car as they run across the road. Fingers crossed that won't happen. So we have rules to use the crosswalk to get onto our main property. And if you are a family that is a drop-off, I talk about that in the video too. But ultimately, as long as we just remember for those 10 minutes or so that you're here, that these rules of, even if you park here and you still got to walk all the way over here to get to the crosswalk, it's because 440 students are coming in at the same time. It won't feel like that because of the way we have people entering, but that's what it is. So we need to be safe. Also, last thing, we have 2 preschools, 3 young fives, 3 kindergarten, 3 first grade, and 3 second grade classes. Then we have some 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. But if you think about it, an overwhelming majority of our kids are this tall. So you can't always see them in a parking lot. If we pull through our parking space to kind of get out faster, there could be a kid in between those cars because you can't see them. So we have to follow the flow. We have to back out and keep going in the flow. We don't do any shortcuts because there could be a little one really nearby. You just have no idea. Okay, so now enjoy the rest of the video, but I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody soon. Okay, so here we have our crosswalk. Most people parking on this side and on this side will walk their child to this crossing walk and wait for the crossing guard to let them go by. So that's super important because, again, like I was saying, we don't want to treat this like Costco and walk through cars and hope that they stop. We would hope so, right? We're in a school parking lot, but there's a lot going on in a school parking lot, and we have to maintain the order to keep those 440 kids safe. All right, so this is our parking lot where you park to bring your kids across this crosswalk or another one. And I want to point out that this side is our drop-off lane. So you pull up nice and close so that your child can drop off if you don't want to park. If you do want to park, you're going on the through lane and then you're parking. Remember, when you park, do not drive through the parking spots to finish and leave because it could be dangerous. All right, another place that you can enter and cross the traffic is right here because the traffic will be curving. So most parents will walk to this walkway over here and there will be a staff member that can help you cross. Okay, to my right, this area is our bus drop off. We have multiple buses, including buses for students with certain needs, and it's a very busy area. If you look and there's nobody there, that doesn't mean a bus isn't going to show up because those buses are a bit staggered. So this is not for parent parking. At any Utica school, any school in general, bus drop-off is a very sacred place because, again, we're keeping this isn't Costco, that's my funny line. So we're keeping our children as safe as possible. And bus drop-off is going to drop off tons of children. So we do not have parents also parking here and leaving. So this is the staff parking lot. If you have a kindergarten child, you will find out this on Meet the Teacher Night, but there are 2 kindergarten doors right there. And then down this walkway, we have kindergarten, young fives, and then also preschool. Okay, as another reminder, we have a drop-off lane and a through lane. Drop-off lane, only for children that are able to get out of the vehicle unassisted. There's no parking in the drop-off lane. There's no getting out of your car. This is unassisted here. Now, at the beginning of the dismissal, lots of families will arrive early. So yes, there are families that are parked waiting for the bell to ring in this lane. That's understandable. But if you have a child that you know takes quite a long time to get out of the building, you're holding up Hayes Road because this drop-off lane is meant for quick pickups too. So please, if your child takes a while, do not stall the lane, which is what makes the backup on Hayes Road, and instead park, and then they will use the crosswalk to come to you, or you can even get out and come to them. But this is the drop-off lane. It should flow. This is the through lane. People use it to find a parking spot and get out that way. Okay, this is another safe place to enter the sidewalk to get into the building because this is the crosswalk. Again, crosswalks are marked by solid white lines. All right, the students that are going to use this area right here are going to be our 3rd through 6th graders because they will be lining up right there at that door. There will be staff members outside starting at 8:20. That's also on my Viking Vibes. And the teachers of 3rd and 6th grade will be out there with their names ready to rock and roll.